Hi everybody, this is Brooke Bacon. I just wanted to let you know that our webcast will be starting shortly. We are just going to give you a brief overview of GSI while you wait. So who is GSI? GSI is a full-service consulting and managed services organization with deep application and industry knowledge. This deep knowledge allows us to develop advanced AI and automation that delivers cutting-edge intelligence. This unmatched intelligence is what enables our clients to thrive and not just survive. So why partner with GSI? GSI is a full-service ERP, SaaS, cloud, ITSM, cybersecurity reseller, consulting, and managed services organization. We have industry, application, and technical certifications, and we not only understand the business system you are utilizing, but most importantly, the industry. Advanced AI and automation are used in all of our products and services to help our clients reduce TCO and increase ROI. We have offices nationwide and partners worldwide, which allows us to offer a 24/7 global support model. And we are the only partner you will find in the industry that has a 100% guarantee on everything we do. Here are a few of the awards and accreditations and certifications we have received. Our mission is to make every customer a client. To accomplish this mission, we create a culture that attracts and retains the most creative, energetic, and experienced professionals. Here are some of the products that we have developed to help our clients thrive. Genius AI is a platform designed to support the development and execution of customized modules for system monitoring, application monitoring, AI, and automation. Modules can be developed and executed for almost any business system. Our clients use Genesis Performance Optimizer to model, measure, and maximize system performance for all of their web-based business systems. Genome is our newest product that will detect, analyze, and automate the process of converting customizations into orchestrations. Rapid Reconciler is our tool that reconciles perpetual, in-transit, and received not vouchered inventory. Rapid Approval is an application for quickly processing workflow approval requests in Salesforce. And G Shield is a line of security products that we are continuing to expand. Currently, we have two products, JDE Password Reset and JDE Two-Factor Authentication. As you can see from these testimonials, our clients attest to the fact that we focus on the business value of their systems, not just the performance. This business value focus allows our clients to transform antiquated systems of record into market share expansion machines.
Welcome to Deep Dive, What's New in Server Manager and Other Advanced Tools. This presentation was originally at In Focus and Visions, April 13th, 2021. My name is John Bassett with GSI. I'm our Chief Technology Officer and Chief Information Security Officer. Today, we'll be talking about the new features in Server Manager, potentially some upcoming features. We'll talk about some third-party monitoring tools like GSI's Genius Monitoring, Foglight Database Monitoring, and then the Q&A. Server Manager has been around for a number of years, over 10 years now. It's a tool available from Oracle for Enterprise One to manage JD Edwards Enterprise One starting and stopping services, and also doing tools release upgrades, user monitoring, amongst other things. Some of the new features that you'll see are the new elasticity searches, the REST APIs that are available, automating the configuration of TLS for internal security, and then a brand new feature, health check for basic configuration for the AIS server. The REST API for Server Manager has been around for a couple of years now. Prior to that, you kind of had to guess at the communication mechanism and at what the API was not REST-based. With the REST API, Oracle has published a document, and each one of the inside of the document there are several sections, one on authentication, provisioning, monitoring, manage and update operations, runtime metrics, and the health check. Each one of these APIs has, or general categories, has multiple APIs inside it. For instance, Authentication has the APIs to authenticate an individual user, change instance and database schema passwords, change out components, etc. The provisioning has components to add, delete, or change the normal JD Edwards components like the HTML server, the AIS server, enterprise servers, BSSV instances, etc. There are also several monitoring APIs that allows you to get many status components to managed homes. And that's one of the things that Genius has been taking advantage of in order to improve and store in the database to get metrics later using KPIs. The manage and update operations has the ability to start and stop instances, etc. So if you wanted to write your own interface instead of having to get into Server Manager, you could write a simple operation to authenticate you and then list your instances and quickly get to them without having to probe inside of Server Manager and click around, although Server Manager is pretty good. There's also runtime metrics, for instance, uptimes, user information, who's on what instances, clearing the caches, etc. Again, allowing you to potentially write your own little tool to clear the caches without having to dig in. I know that's been one of my pain in the butts over the years with using Server Manager, is trying to remember where to go to clear the caches. And I mean, if you're an experienced CNC person, of course, it's no big deal. You just know where it is. But if you're an occasional user or you don't like poking around, you could create your own. And also there's health check for various summary of the instances so that you know the state. You could create a dashboard, a pretty dashboard to show the health of your system. We've seen several of our clients do that. Also in the new tools is automated TLS and SSL configuration. In the past, it was very clunky, having to do a lot of cut and paste, and it made it very difficult. You do need tools 925 and higher for that. It'll greatly reduce those manual efforts that I mentioned before, and also support for TLS 1.3 in WebLogic Server, which is much faster than the previous versions of TLS. If you're still using WebSphere, you have to use TLS 1.2. The older versions of TLS 1.0 and 1.1 have been hacked, and we certainly would advise against using it because of that, in addition to many of the versions of SSL has been hacked as well. I mean, it's not likely, because a lot of this automated TLS that we're talking about here is for internal communications between JD Edwards agents and the Server Manager console. So if you're behind your own walls, it might be less likely to get hacked. But you need to create an identity store. A lot of it works just like a lot of the certificate management you may do for websites. You upload and distribute the key store and certificate, validate the trust store and key store files with passwords. You probably are faced with restarting the admin server and its agents. Good news is you'll get notifications in Server Manager of expired certificates. That could be one of the biggest features out there, as opposed to just having services stop working and you would not wonder, start poking around the logs, an hour and a half later you say, oh gosh, it was my certificates. But you'll get notifications now that'll help you out. And I did put the link, document ID 2749197.1. It has all of the details on how to implement the TLS SSL configuration automation. Also, and this is brand new, last week, 9253, last week being the week of April 12th and 13th. Basic auth is the most common and fundamental of authenticating to the AIS server. However, the steps to configure that in Server Manager are often overlooked. And this health check would just give you a quick and easy way to validate that and help you simplify the configuration, restart the server, and troubleshooting process. So it's brand new. Now, beyond Server Manager, Server Manager is at this point in time is a very good monitoring and troubleshooting for the current point in time, and also looking back through logs to see what happened. But it's not currently the best tool for KPIs. if you want to see the history of some things. For instance, let's say right now it takes you half a second to sign on Enterprise One, and let's say in a month it takes you a full second. A month and a half might take a second and a half. So you won't set off any alerts in Server Manager, and users probably won't even be calling in trouble tickets to say that there's a problem, but there is a problem. Your authentication times are increasing, and it could be a database issue. It could be capacity issue. There's many things that it could be, but Server Manager isn't going to tell you those. And there are many monitors, and I'm going to go over it, that GSI has created in our augmented intelligence platform. And the next few slides will cover each of those as we go through them. At least I'll list them. I won't go through all of them, but I'll list them for you to see. So what is GSI augmented intelligence? Well, it's a platform. It's a monitoring platform as a part of it. And if you know what at least artificial intelligence, it's really taking a bunch of scripted steps and automating them and doing something with it. And we do that for Enterprise One. We look at the web servers, we look at the applications, system availability, health. We look at the various web servers, the database servers, operating systems, and in some cases network. Look at the network. And not all places want us to monitor everything. They may want us to monitor JD Edwards because they don't have that built into their monitoring system, but maybe the standard operating system, I call the host and network monitors. Not everybody wants us to do that. And some people have advanced tools like Foglight to look at the database, and we'll talk about that later. So GSI is an augmented intelligence and automation. You basically pull data in from many different sources. It uses machine learning to take a look at what's happening behind the scenes. We also have some, we're adding new monitors all the time. Right now we have 28 running, 32 that are going to that are defined, and a couple that are going to be coming out soon. We're working on using GPAC for automated package builds, which Oracle just announced, but Oracle just announced that you have to move forward with the newer tool, so this will be backwardly compatible and forward compatible. We have several new modules, and these were just a few months ago. We have a log analyzer will be added very soon, and several other automated intelligence, and I'll talk more about those. You can see some graphs here of JVM health, user top log, UB top longest running, so you can keep track of what might be bogging down your system, or also take a look to see if they're running longer than they should. Now we provide a portal to you for using Genius. So again, Genius is on top of Server Manager. It doesn't completely replace it, but it does add to it. We push out every month a report that shows you a history of the previous month. But we also, you can get into the portal and get the previous 30 days anytime you want. You don't have to wait for us to push it to you, but if you do nothing, you will be pushed at it. And you can see some of the summary information, Genius module statistics, how long has your system been up, and then coming across, it's like, what's your average log time? And you'll notice that we give a little description about down below what it is and what the authentication time is. And just some averages, and you'll notice that we have ServiceNow tickets. We are a ServiceNow user, and you can have we can have that automatically create tickets in ServiceNow system, our ServiceNow system, for monitoring it and how many tickets are open, how many were closed. And you can see, and these are drilled down. You see alert details over the past month, 3 error alerts, 81 critical events. So you could dig in and see what might be causing. You can see how many jobs were run. In this case, successfully, over 59,000, 31 failed. And you can also see some 10 most often run applications and how often they're run. So just This is a listing of the monitors that I promised, but I'm not going to go into each one of these, but I'll go into some of them. You can see we track the kernels on the front end. We look for BI publisher issues. We check the statuses of your JVM Java virtual machine for your web instances. We look for waiting jobs in the queue, and will alert when it has more waiting jobs than expected or taking longer to clear. Those are some of the really good ones that there might be a problem, the queue check. Longest running UBEs, again, it's statistical data that you may look at. Module health is a couple of the good ones. And my favorite one is the scheduler check. I have had many support calls over the years where somebody'd call in at 7 o'clock in the morning and say, our scheduler stopped at 1 o'clock in the morning, we lost a whole night's processing, and this one will circumvent that. The job may be messed up at 1:15, but by 1:25, alert's going to come out that says the scheduler's not working properly, and then you can get the support ticket open, get somebody on it, and you probably have jobs processing by 2 o'clock. If we can't automatically restart it, an alert will be set, and that will save darn near the entire night's processing. We check CPUs for high CPU and RAM utilization. Also, we check for business processes. It's something that that if you have BSSV apps, it's good to know this. We also check for database blocking. We're finding that to be very useful, whether you have an unexpected reboot, zombie hunter, and zombies can come from many reasons, both positive and negative. If a call object kernel dies, that's not good, usually. But if a UBE kernel dies, there's a chance that somebody terminated it, and that's normal. So there might be some good things. Also, you'll notice that we can check for OneView to see if you're able to sign into OneView, and if you can, it's a good sign that it's done. Some recent monitors that we've implemented are the real-time job anomaly, which kind of gives you an idea of something going wrong with an application, either running too long, too fast based on job history, and that's the job anomaly feature. In addition, GPAC, automated package build, is now implemented as well. And there's some new things coming: long-running orchestrations, the automated system restart coming, and log analyzer, which is long past due, and the 360 health check. Now we'll talk a little bit about Foglight database monitoring. This is another tool from Quest that will monitor the database. And Quest used to be or I should say is the company that owns the Spotlight on SQL, Spotlight on Oracle. It is now called Foglight Database Monitoring. This proactively monitors the health of your performance, and there's some overlap between this and Genius, although really the monitor, the database blocking is about the only overlap. It gives your DBA's graphical view of your database, and allows us to quickly resolve emerging issues. And the good news is it's similar to Genius in that you get trends and statistics, and it really gives a good detailed pulse of your database. What it doesn't do, though, is the specific JD Edwards monitors that digs inside the application unless you write your own custom SQLs statements to extract data, and then there could be some overlap, but no different than a database trigger would be. So here's a picture of the overall Foglight platform, which is fairly simple. You have a bunch of different supported databases. It's kind of like Database Anywhere. The big guys: Oracle, SQL Server, Postgres, SAP, etc. And it just supports a lot of different platforms. Notice DB2 is also supported, an IBM product. You can monitor databases that are on-prem, hybrid, or in the cloud alone. So it does, support things like Azure SQL. So really, you have a Foglight management server and a database, and then you have agents, and then you have the console that you can use to look at all of the different analytics. Key benefits, again, centralized database monitoring, on-prem, hosted, and cloud. Supports all kinds of different database solutions, including the Amazon RDS cloud stuff, Azure SQL, etc. Proactive issue resolution, that's where this tool is better than just a monitoring solution. It is proactive, and you can do built-in intelligence to give advice and workflows. So you can receive alerts from activity that deviates from normal metrics, drag and drop reporting. It does SQL workload. And again, I mentioned earlier that it does the historical record blocking and also lock analysis to give you to do some homework to better understand what's happening there. So that's the end of our session. And this is a special offer, I should say. The first person to sign up by April 30th will receive a free 30-day trial of Genius AI. So we'll put it in and configure it and let you work with it. It does take some time to get the monitors tuned exactly for how you like to use it. For instance, you have thresholds of, let's say, maybe 15 minutes for long running or between the scheduler, but you might only need every 30 minutes. So you have to spend some time, otherwise you get more alerts than you're looking for. So with that, we are done with our session. GSI we have offices nationwide. We have our advanced Genius augmented intelligence, which we talked about here today. We have industry experts. We follow ITIL processes for our issue resolution and tracking. We are certified in ISO 27001, and we have many certified consultants. We do many different full service ERP, SaaS, and cloud solutions. We are cybersecurity resellers and implementers. And we have a consulting service and managed services organization. We have partners worldwide and 24/7 support. And last but not least, we have our signature 100% money back guarantee. With that, I thank you.